Let me ask you a brutally honest question. Why is it that a woman can talk to you for hours, smile, laugh, text you back, and still never truly open? But then in one specific moment, everything changes. Her tone softens, her guard drops, her eyes stay longer, her words get more real. And suddenly, you are no longer talking to the version of her that everyone gets. You are talking to the part she does not show easily. And that difference matters. Because most men think emotional openness is random, when it is not. A woman does not open deeply just because you asked enough questions, or because you were nice, or because you stayed around long enough. She opens in moments, specific psychological windows, moments when her nervous system is softer, when emotional pressure is lower, when trust, timing and feeling align just enough for her to let more of herself through. And if you do not understand those moments, you will miss them. You will talk too much, push too soon, ask the wrong thing at the wrong time, or completely fail to notice that she was giving you access to something real. So today you are going to understand the 5 moments when a woman is most emotionally open to you. Not the obvious ones, not the performative ones, the real ones. The moments when her guard is lower, her energy is softer, and what she says actually means more than usual. And the last one is the moment most men ruin, because instead of holding it well, they get excited, greedy, and emotionally clumsy and shut everything down. So stay with me, because by the end of this, you will understand exactly when a woman is most likely to reveal something real and how not to ruin it when she does. And if you have ever felt like a woman was just about to open up and then suddenly closed again, then pay attention, because this will explain that clearly. The first moment is right after she laughs for real. Because real laughter is not just fun, it lowers tension, softens self-protection, and creates a brief window where her guard drops. And right after that, there is often a small emotional opening, a moment where she may say something more honest than she planned, something slightly personal, something self-aware, something vulnerable disguised as a joke. And most men miss this because they stay on the surface. They keep joking, keep performing, instead of slowing down and feeling the shift. But if you recognize that window and do not rush it, she often reveals more naturally. The second moment is when the conversation turns quiet but not cold, when the energy softens and the room becomes calm instead of loud. And this is where many men panic and try to fill the silence. But quiet is often where emotional openness begins, because a woman who is comfortable enough to stay in silence with you is no longer just socializing. She is feeling, processing, allowing the moment to deepen. And if you can stay grounded in that silence, instead of trying to control it, she often opens more. The third moment is right after she feels truly seen. When something you say or notice lands in a way that makes her feel understood beyond the surface. Not judged, not analysed, just accurately seen. And that creates a powerful shift, because feeling seen lowers emotional guard. And in that brief window, she often becomes softer, quieter, and more open. But most men ruin this by pushing too fast, instead of letting the moment breathe. The fourth moment is when she reveals a small truth and you do not fumble it. Not a big confession, but something slightly vulnerable. And she watches how you respond. Not always, obviously, but emotionally. Because now she is testing whether you can handle a real moment without making it worse. And if you stay calm, do not fix, do not panic, and do not make it about yourself, then trust increases and she becomes more open. Because now, honesty with you feels safe instead of costly. And the fifth moment is right before the moment ends, right before goodbye, when the interaction is closing and something shifts emotionally. Because endings create honesty. They create contrast and awareness. that the moment is about to disappear. And in that space, a woman often reveals something more real than she would in the middle of the interaction. Maybe a softer tone, a lingering look, one extra sentence, something small but meaningful. And most men ruin this by rushing, becoming too intense or breaking the softness, while the strongest men stay calm and let that moment exist naturally. And that is what makes it stay with her. So here is the pattern. A woman is most emotionally open right after she laughs for real, when the conversation becomes quiet but not cold, right after she feels truly seen, when she shares a small truth and you handle it well, and right before the moment ends. And the key is not forcing these moments, but recognizing them and being calm enough not to break them. Because the men women open to most deeply are not the ones who ask the most questions, but the ones who can hold a real moment without rushing it or crowding it. And once you understand that, you stop trying to make women open and start recognizing when they already are. And that is the real skill. And if this changed how you see attraction, subscribe, because in the next video, you are going to learn the subtle signs a woman gives when she wants to reveal more, but is waiting to see if you are emotionally steady enough to handle it. And once you see those signs, you will stop missing the moments that could have changed everything.